Alright guys, what is up? Welcome back. Actually, welcome to my first proper video on IG fragrance reviews. Today I'm reviewing Vintage Radio by Lattafa. I've been wearing this one quite a bit recently, mainly to school, just to see how it actually kind of performs through a normal day. Not really just a quick kind of test spray, which I could do right now, but I'm not going to do. Here's the box. I'd say it's really nicely done. It's got like a lot of texture. Then when you go inside here, you've got another box. Get it out. Here, it's also got this kind of thing that says Vintage Radio by Lattafa. And then when you open it up, it kind of opens this way. Cool. And then it has this leaflet with all the different kind of fragrances you can buy from Lattafa, specifically their Lattafa Pride kind of line thing. And yeah, it's really nice. It feels like it's got a lot of quality for something that's, you know, this cheap. I got it for £21. That is pretty cheap for a fragrance, especially something that's 100 milliliters and it's eau de parfum. The bottle itself is actually really clean. It's well built, heavy glass. It's decently solid cap. It's a minimal design as well, I'd say, but it's got like this kind of texturized kind of little radio on there. It's really cool, and it does look more expensive than it really is, to be honest. Yeah, and let's see. I'm just gonna spray it. When you do first spray it, and I've checked for a Grantica for this to confirm everything, you get this kind of sweet, fruity hit. There's definitely like a lot of plum right away, mixed with apparently lavender and bergamot, and a bit of spice apparently. After a few minutes, it does dry down into something softer, I think, and smoother. It's not as spicy, but it's more woody and musky, I'd say. And apparently there's some sandalwood and patchouli in the background. Now, this one's apparently supposed to be a dupe of Initio's Paragon. I couldn't really tell you. I've never tried it before. But most fragrance TikTokers and YouTubers do say it is quite close. Apparently 80-90% close, which is really good. And yeah, if that's true, then you get a lot of value in this one little bottle, honestly. In terms of kind of its gender profile, the fragrance is actually unisex, so both men and women can use it. But if I'm being honest, it does lean a bit more into the masculine side, and that's mainly because of the plum and wood combo. It's just got this slightly deeper, darker tone that feels more like something you would expect from a men's fragrance. But yeah, it is versatile, and it just kind of really depends on your taste. Now, sort of performance-wise, being totally honest, it's not amazing on me. I get around 6 hours maximum, and then it's basically gone. That may sound like me being kind of whiny in it all, because apparently 6 hours is pretty decent for a fragrance, but most fragrances, even ones that people say are like 6 hours something, and you know, stuff like that, last minimum 10 hours on me, or even, let's say, you know, and it can last like days on my clothes. I don't know why, that's just how it is. Like for example, Strong With You Intensely. That fragrance lasts on my clothes for it literally lasts 2 weeks. I put it on in the start of my school term, and I could still smell it on my school clothes. I tried putting different fragrances, but it just smelled horrible because I was kind of layering different fragrances on top of it. But yeah, that's why I'm saying, if this is lasting 6 hours on me, when fragrances usually last 10-12 hours on me, I can't imagine how long it's going to last on other people. You know, people who usually it doesn't last that much on. Yeah, and if I'm like I was saying before, For me, it lasts 6 hours. So when I was at school, by the end of the day, I could barely smell it unless I kind of resprayed halfway through the day. And projection is quite soft as well, if I'm being honest. If you're indoors or in a small room, people will notice it for like the first couple of hours, but it's not a loud scent. It stays closer to you, more of kind of a personal fragrance than a room filling one. If you want something that does kind of project a lot more and you know, is still around this price range, I'd probably say maybe go for Club de Nuit Intense Man, or maybe Afnan 9pm. Those are pretty decent fragrances as well. Afnan 9pm is really good. I've gotten a lot of compliments with it. Now, yeah, it does smell great, but performance really isn't a strong point. It's not a strong point here, if I'm being honest. In terms of seasons, I'd probably say it works best in early autumn and spring. You know, that kind of mild weather suits it perfectly. In the summer, it probably would get a bit cloying, especially with the kind of plum sweetness. If you still do want to wear it, you know, in the heat, just kind of tone down the sprays a bit. Like if you usually go for like 4 sprays, maybe go down to 2. If you wear 6 sprays, go down to 4. You'll still smell good without it becoming a bit, you know, too heavy. Now in the winter, I think it's a very subjective thing, but for me personally, here in the UK, in September it starts off really kind of like decently warm, that gets a bit colder, but it's like a manageable cold. Especially for this fragrance, it would be manageable. But then when it gets into October, it goes from decently cold to really cold. It's like winter level cold. And if I'm being honest, in winter it doesn't really perform well. In that kind of cold, like proper cold, it doesn't really perform that well. It's because the cold, I think, probably kills its projection. Just doesn't kind of push through the air properly, so it stays pretty close to the skin, I'd say. So yeah, it's mainly an in-between season scent, kind of not too hot, not too cold. And I'll kind of summarize it in terms of like the pros and cons, just if you want to skip this. I'll probably put like a timeline kind of thing that you can skip. The pros would be that it smells genuinely good. It's warm, smooth, and really balanced. Yeah, it's nice. It's really nice. And the bottle and presentation, I mean, look at that. You know, they look way more expensive than the price. And you know, it's great value for money overall. Really, if you want something cheap, smells good, is decent, you know, it's good value, and it works for both men and women, so it is versatile in terms of, you know, who can use it. So I guess that's a plus to it. The cons, I say, would be longevity, which is around 6 hours at best. Yeah, if you skipped to this, I did give an explanation before, but you know, 6 hours at best. The projection's quite soft, I'd say, and it doesn't really handle extreme heat or cold. That's, you know, that's it. So yeah, that's kind of my full take on vintage Radio Red Lattafa. It is a proper nice scent, and it smells great for the price, and it's a solid dupe apparently of Initio's Paragon, so pretty cool. Just don't expect any kind of crazy performance. It's not like beast mode or anything. If you're after a kind of warm, clean, slightly fruity scent that's easy to wear and kind of works best in mild weather, it's definitely worth checking out. But yeah, anyway, that's just my honest review. Let me know in the comments what fragrances you want me to check out next, because yeah, I will buy them without my parents' permission as well. But it doesn't matter, because it's for you guys. Yeah, if you liked the video, drop a like, subscribe for more reviews, and I'll see you in the next video. God bless you guys. Goodbye.